Welcome to the Cleanup 1 video tutorial, created to introduce you the cleanup process within Toonz Harlequin. For this tutorial, we will use the B sequence, that is the main character, as you can see here in the flipbook, and the BSH sequence, that is the main character shadow. As you can see here in brackets, both sequences are made of 35 frames and are defined only by black outline. To load scanned drawings in a new scene, you can select them holding down the Shift on your keyboard, right-click and select Load, and choose Load or Import from the dialog that appears. And if I move to the animation room, I will see the sequences load up inside my X sheet. Now, scanned line art images have to pass through the cleanup process in order to be auto-centered. It has to be set to the correct orientation and position according to the peg bar holes, and to be prepared for the painting process. You have also to set the cleanup camera size and resolution that is used to crop and resize drawing during the cleanup process in order to prepare and optimize them for the scene. To define cleanup settings, you have to choose Scan and Cleanup, Cleanup Settings. In the Cleanup Setting dialog that opens, activate the Auto Center option to automatically center drawings according to the peg bar hole's position and reference field guide. Then set the peg bar hole position, in our case we have to set it on bottom, and the field guide format, that in our case is field 12 4mm Acme. In the bottom section of the Cleanup Settings dialog, you have a preview area. On the left side, you will see the original drawing. On the right side, there is a preview of the cleanup process. Activate the preview area by pressing the small eye icon on the bottom left corner. And you can check in real time the effect of changing the cleanup parameters on your drawing. Now I'm just scrolling inside to change the zoom factor, and you can also move around the reference drawing by holding down the middle mouse button. As you can see, the preview area is always visible at the bottom of all pages of Cleanup Setting dialog. Now move to the next tab and see how to set the processing parameters. In the processing page of the Cleanup Settings, set the following parameter. Line processing as grayscale. We have two types of anti-alias that can be applied to our drawings, standard or morphological, or none. In this case, we will set the standard one. And you have the sharpness that have to be applied on the final image with related scroller, and the despeckling that will be used to remove dirty pixels from the image, and the brightness and contrast scrollers. In this case, we have to set the brightness on 5 and the contrast on 55. Next to the preview toggle, there is another icon, the Opacity Check. And now I will activate it. By activating the Opacity Check, fully solid pixels are displayed in black and semi-transparent pixels belonging to the line anti-aliasing in red, as you can see here. This may help you to decide the amount of anti-aliasing you want the drawing lines to have in order to be smoother or sharper. Now move to the Camera tab and see how to set the cleanup camera. At top left of this page, you will find all the editable camera parameter, that is to say width and height, the horizontal and vertical resolution, and the horizontal and vertical DPI, and also the aspect ratio. On top and on left side of these text fields, you will find different constraints that will be used according to your needs. In our example, we want to set width on 10 inches, And when I confirm my choice, you will see that according to the aspect ratio set here, the height will be changed accordingly. And the resolution doesn't change because the constraint is activated here. Now I want to change the resolution and the constraints will move up. Here I will set 1280 and the vertical resolution have to be set on 960. So now look at the resulting level info that will be updated according to the last settings made, and move down and look at the use current level setting. That is a button that can be used for taking reference from the currently selected level on the dope sheet. Below you will find the pull-down list that can be used for selecting, adding or removing preset for camera resolution. And down there are the field settings where you will find the closest field value that defines the smallest field size you will zoom into the drawing with the camera when composing the scene. The east-west and north-south offset that shifts the camera position in case you want to define for the drawing a center different from the original one. Now I want to show you how to control the line quality and anti-aliasing in the main viewer. So I will move a little the cleanup setting out. And to do this, you have to activate the opacity toggle that is already active here. In the X sheet, we have to hide the BSH column just to see the level that is behind it. And after selecting the first frame on the first column, choose Scan Cleanup, Preview Cleanup. And you will see the preview to the process in the work area. Another feature available in the Scan and Cleanup menu is the camera test. It can be used to check the cleanup process as concerning the cleanup and the camera parameters. It displays the drawing selected in the X sheet directly in the viewer without line processing, but with the position modified according to the cleanup parameters. A red box displays how the cleanup camera will crop the drawing, and a blue box displays the camera closest field. Now the closest field box is not visible because the camera size, as it's the same of the closest field size, so if I want to see it, I have to reduce the closest first as 9, and now I'm able to see both boxes. And as you can see here, you can modify the cleanup camera box using the handles here, and the related parameters inside the cleanup settings dialog will be automatically updated. After defining cleanup parameters, you can save and load your settings by using the related buttons that are located at bottom bar of the cleanup settings dialog. Now we try to save the current settings. When you click on save, this browser instance will opens, and as you can see, a CLN file having the same name of current level will be created within the same folder where the scanned images are stored by default. In this case, the scanned drawings. After saving, if you want to load the CLN file, you have to click on the Load Settings button. Now I can close the Cleanup Settings dialog and proceed to cleaning up levels. The result of the cleanup process are TLV files, one for each sequence of drawings, IDEST, BTLB and BSHTLV, and TPL files for the related palettes. During the cleanup process, TLV are automatically saved in the plus drawing folder, which was defined in the project settings. Now, to clean up the level, using the defined settings in the X sheet. Select all of the level frames for the 2 columns that we have on the X sheet and choose Scan and Cleanup. Cleanup. Here you can set to clean up one drawing at once or skip some of them and clean up all. To save the scene, click on File, Save Scene As, and give cleanup underscore test 01 as name, and save the scene, clicking on Save button. Thanks for your attention, and see you on the next video tutorial where the cleanup procedure will be applied on color line art sequence.